the government is calling and they want to take your project. What do? This is something that, thank God, I've never had to face. The story goes, it's a lot louder right now. The story goes, I was in my office some mid-2007, and we just spent over $4.5 million on land, probably close to $1 million on partners like Earl Swenson Associates and KemperSports and Nicklaus Design, back and forth meetings with Jack Nicklaus in his office in Florida. In any case, I get this call. It's from my operations girl. And she goes, Kevin, listen, you're not gonna like this, but we just found, what do you think we found? We just found archaeological findings, bones on our land. I'm like, what? You found bones? I'm like, okay. And so she says to me, she goes, do we tell them? Do we hide it? What do we do? So being in Nicaragua for already 3-4 years at this time and understanding the history of development, I kind of already knew of other projects that hid the fact that they had found findings on their property, and they eventually got shut down and weren't able to reopen, and or if they have, I haven't heard about it. So it was a pretty easy decision. I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to tell them. I'm sure there's some sort of permit we're gonna need for that. So she went on to inform the government that we found these findings, and so we wanted to apply for a permit. And so what we had to do was we had to hire a full-time archaeologist for over a year, excavate the property, catalog everything that we found, and make notes on what it is, to the point in which we knew exactly what was on the property. Then and only then would they decide whether to give us a permit, which means, can you proceed or not proceed with the development? Because they could just easily shut you down. So fortunate for us, after about 1.5 years, we did receive our cultural permits from the government of Nicaragua. And so the findings that we had, we proposed simply to take care of them, catalog them, and then open up a museum that would open to the public with the findings to show and exhibit what it is that we found. And that's what we call our Nicaragua Museo, which will be opening as soon as possible when we get open for business. But that's a little story of some archaeological findings. But what that teaches you, though, from a due diligence standpoint, as a developer, is one, if you're going to buy property in a development, you should ask them if they have their cultural permits, because that's something serious that could actually take place where something is found later on. Or maybe even you, if you're going to build a house and you find something, you don't want to hide it. You don't want to hide it. But then it might also slow you down from what you expect. So for a project who doesn't have cultural permits, you may risk the possibility of a 1 or 2 year delay and or the project shutting down, depending upon what they found. In our particular case, we found bones and stuff that went back almost 3,000 years. So it was really kind of exciting and unique. It's really hot here. I'm at the copy center waiting for copies and going to the project tomorrow. But in any case, from a due diligence standpoint of view, when we were doing due diligence after putting a huge $100,000 non-refundable deposit down on the property, we never even thought about excavating in different places and checking for archaeological findings. So we somewhat got lucky with that. I'm not sure what I would have done or bought the property had I found the findings. It definitely would have taken longer than 4 months to figure out whether we'd be able to develop on the land or not. Anyways, that's my short, long story for today. I am preparing to go to the land tomorrow. So I gotta get some copies. We're paying the workers, and we're dropping off some food for our security family. So it's gonna be another full day from sunup. And this time I'm gonna stay on the property all the way to the sunset, because I wanna capture that film of that great sunset. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story. Bye for now.